All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dirt Dog International Racing Network. I am your host, Jacob Keith. We're here to do it for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacingHub.com. And these guys are on to their qualifying laps here at Bristol. And I'm going to have to ask you to stand up and remove your hats as we do our national anthem.
Oh, see, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Sports, the star of Universal Pictures movie, I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry, Kevin James.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops, God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
If you ever get the chance to give the command, that's the lesson you should follow. Kevin James with those famous words.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, these guys are going to finish up their qualifying laps, and we're going to get ready to go 360 sprint car action here with the Can-Am Sprint Car Series. So stay tuned for that here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as they get done with their qualifying, we're going to head into the first heat here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Jordan Molitor in the 15 car starting on the outside or on the inside of row number 1 here, with Braden Baker in the 71 coming out of the mid-south, starting on the outside. Tanner Petit in the 24 machine got Jason Randolph on the outside of him in the 4th spot. Joshua Burton in the 119 out of Carolina in the 5th. Pulling up the 6th is Caleb Brockman in the 20 machine. Jeff Herrick pulling up the 42 with Team Herrick's Family Racing. Darren Harrell coming out of the Midwest. It looks like in a 26 machine. And Benjamin Hickman in the number 6. So that is your heat start here, ladies and gentlemen, as these guys get lined up to go racing here at Bristol MotorSpeedway. The Can-Am Sprint Car Series sponsored or presented by iRacehub.com. Braden Baker, Jordan Mawwitter looking to take the green flag as these guys come out of 1 and 2. They got a couple pace laps. We are underway for heat number 1. Mawwitter down low in the 15. Baker up top in the 71. Ready to rip, rock, and roll here at Bristol MotorSpeedway. Keeping a nice tight formation. Jason Rudolph and Tanner Petit looking to get antsy behind them as they get ready to rip the green flag here, ladies and gentlemen, side by side, the 71 and 13. Green flag is out as the 13 able to get a good jump. Jordan Mawwitter coming out front to an early lead here at Bristol, ripping that high line. The 71 and the 24 look like they're going to be battling it out side by side behind them going into turn 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, excuse me. Yeah, 3 and 4. Coming by the flag stand, the 71 down low with a 13. Braden Baker looking to make a move on Jordan Mawwitter down low. Side-by-side action here in the 360 Sprint Car Series for heat number 1. Maybe a little bit of contact there with the 71 and 13. The 71 pulling out by a nose there, but still side-by-side. Jordan Mawwitter trying to hold that top line. Comes down a little bit. The 71 still there. Battling it out. Tanner Petit now sticking his nose up in the air and taking that second spot around the outside, the number 24. Able to take Braden Baker in the 71 machine. Mawwitter still out front, the 24 trying to reel him in. 8 laps is all they got. 3 more to go here at Bristol MotorSpeedway. 2 now, ladies and gentlemen. 2. As the flag man is signaling for the 2 laps down, or 2 laps left to go. The 24 into the second spot now. Able to work his way around the 71, but the 15, or the 13, excuse me, still out front, Jordan Mawwitter. Ripping the high line, these 360 sprints are sticking to that outside. White flag waving here. The 24 got the 71 all over the backside. Looks like Jason Rudolph back here trying to make a move onto the 71 if he's able to. The 47 machine. Checkered flag waving. Jordan Mawwitter, Tanner Petit, Braden Baker taking your top 3 for heat number 1. And now as we grid for heat number 2, we got Peyton Overmeyer starting on the pole with Sean Brown starting in the second spot. Nate Vaughn in the 2 machine starting in the third down low with Justin Lemon on the outside of him. Jeffrey West starting in the 5th spot with Braden Surratt starting in the 6th. Zachary Neely starting 7th with Lee Dacus starting in the 8th position. Here in your heat number 2 lineup for the 360 sprint cars at Bristol MotorSpeedway. Presented by iRacing.com. The Can-Am Sprint Car Series. Peyton Overmeyer. Sean Brown. And it looks like something happened to Overmeyer. Sean Brown now got Nate Vaughn on the outside of him. Or on the inside of him, excuse me. Pace laps are happening now for heat number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Brown, Nate Vaughn looking to take the green flag here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series, presented by iRacing.com. We're ready to get this action underway here for the 360 sprints. The pace lights are off the truck, and they're ready to go. Pace trucks going in, ladies and gentlemen. Nate Vaughn, Sean Brown, Jeffrey West, and Justin Lemon. Green flag is out as Nate Vaughn pulls nice to an early lead on the outside. But look, Sean Brown in the 8 coming to the outside as well to follow in suit, but heading down low into the corner, trying to make a move to the inside of Nate Vaughn. 8 laps for these 360 sprints here. We are halfway. Ladies and gentlemen. Nate Vaughn still leading this thing. Sean Brown behind him. Jeffrey West moving up into the 3rd spot there, the 24. Justin Lemon right behind him. Trying to gain some time up on the backside. Nate Vaughn got some company to the inside. Sean Brown in the 8. Peeking down low, ladies and gentlemen. Side-by-side action. Coming out of 3 and 4, going into 1 and 2. Still side-by-side, Nate Vaughn and Sean Brown. We are lap 5 now, ladies and gentlemen. 3 laps left to go. Coming around to 2. The number 8, Sean Brown, working to try to make to the inside of Nate Vaughn. The back stretch going down into 3 and 4. The 8, throwing the slide job. Vaughn, a little bit of contact. Brown able to hang on to it. Now he's got Jeffrey West to the outside. West, the 24 machine, trying to poke to the outside of the 8 machine there. Sean Brown. Brown to the inside one more time. Connection with Nate Vaughn as Nate Vaughn goes rolling for the white flag to come out, ladies and gentlemen. Jeffrey West currently your new leader with Justin Lemon in the 2nd spot. Lee Dacus moving up into the 3rd position here, ladies and gentlemen, as the white flag comes out and the checkered flag is waving for Jeffrey West, Justin Lemon, and Lee Dacus. Some very intense racing up front there, ladies and gentlemen. Holy cow, checkered comes out. Congratulations to Jeffrey West on his Heat 2 victory here. Pulling up the grid for heat number 3, ladies and gentlemen. We got Colton Price starting on the pole here, ladies and gentlemen. Starting the inside with Jared Culbertson on the outside. Jamie Caron starting in the 3rd. Jamie McCarron starting in the 3rd position. Aiden Berlin starting in the 4th spot. Braden Finessel starting in the 5th position. Philip Brinkley starting in the 6th, with Travis Jacobson starting 7th, and Douglas James starting in the 8th position here. ladies and gentlemen. So that is our lineup here, ladies and gentlemen, for heat number 3 as we get ready to go underway. The pace laps and the pace trucks are all moving. We're ready to do this thing here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series here, presented by iRacehub.com. Heat number 3 about to be underway. Colton Price, Jared Culbertson, ready to take the green flag when the green flag is a-waving. Lights are off. They're ready to do their thing here for the 360 sprint cars. The number 14 down low, the 23 high. Culbertson and Price looking to take the green flag as the pace truck pulls off the track here, ladies and gentlemen, at Bristol MotorSpeedway. Ooh, a little contact. We're going to keep her nice and clean here as we go green flag racing. Culbertson falling back to the second spot as Price able to hang on to it. Some contact up front here, ladies and gentlemen, into the wall. Oh, no. Some problems up front there with a little bit of help from the wall in general. Colton Price able to hang on to the lead here in that 14 machine. Douglas James pulling up the second spot. Jared Culbertson in the third. And Travis Jacobson got Brandon Finessel right underneath him, able to pull the slide job. Jacobson down low. Now going to the outside, that 18 blue machine with the one white car right in front of him. Price able to still hold on to it. James got Culbertson trying to make his way up to the backside there, ripping the outside line. Finessel going down low, able to get a run away from Jacobson. Jacobson still not going to let that happen, ripping the outside line here, ladies and gentlemen. Coming around the flag, they have 8 laps again here in heat number, I believe this is heat number 3 or 4. I can't remember. I think 3. Colton Price still leading this thing. The 6. 2 laps left to go. The 14 machine here. Douglas James still hanging out of the second spot. And Jared Culbertson finding a little bit of ground there on the backside of Mr. Douglas James. Still looking to try to grab some more. As we go one more time, it will be white flag waving. Colton Price still hanging out of the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. Douglas James in the 29 machine. Ripping the outside line, trying to run away from Jared Culbertson. White flag, checkered flag waving. Colton Price taking the win here at the Can-Am Sprint Car Series. Heat race. Congratulations to Colton Price. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have the race consolation. Now this is the last chance to be able to get into the A main, I think. Jason Rudolph in the 47 machine on the inside of Sean Brown in that 8 machine. Travis Jacobson pulling up the third spot with Caleb Brockman in the 4th. On the outside there, Brandon Surratt in the 5th spot with Braden Finessel in the 6th. Jeff Herrick in the 7th spot. Zachary Neely in the 8th. Aiden Berlin in the 9th. 10th being Joshua Burton. 11th being Nate Vaughn. As get more of the grid to go down here. Go down. There we go. Jamie McCarron starting in the 13th position here with Benjamin Hickman in the 14th. And I don't think Benjamin Hickman gridded here, ladies and gentlemen. So that is our field here. We're going to have 13 cars for the C-Main as we get ready to rip, rock, and roll 360 sprint car style.
Green flag, green flag.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to grade up for the feature now here. We have Jordan Mallwitter in the 15 starting on the pole with Jeffrey West starting outside in the second position. Colton Price pulling up the third with Tanner Petit in the fourth spot. Justin Lemon pulling up the fifth with Douglas James pulling up the sixth spot. Braden Baker pulling up the seventh position with Lee Dacus in the eighth. Ninth being Jared Culbertson with Sean Brown starting in the 10th position. 11th, Jason Randolph. And in the 12th, Brandon Finessel. We got Brandon Surrett in the 13th spot with Jamie McCarron starting 14th. Philip Brinkley in the 15th position there with Joshua Burton starting 16th. Travis Jacobson starting in the 7th position. Caleb Brockman starting 18th. And Jeffrey Herrick starting 19th with Aiden Berlin starting in the 19th position, or 20th position, excuse me. But I believe we only have 18 cars, maybe 19 cars. One person may not have shown up. I could be wrong, though, ladies and gentlemen. But that doesn't matter now, because we are feature racing here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series here. Jordan Mallwitter, Jeffrey West, looking to take the green flag as the pace truck's getting ready to pull off. 30 laps, ladies and gentlemen. 30 laps for the 360 Sprint Cars here at Bristol. One more time around, the pace truck will come off the track. And we will be 360 Sprint Car action. Nice tight formation. Coming out of 3 and 4, coming to the green flag, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Mallwitter, Jeffrey West taking the green flag. Jeffrey West got Colton Price starting to pull to the inside in that 14 machine. A little bit of contact there with the 24. The 24 falling back. Now that's Tanner Petit getting into the mix back there, ladies and gentlemen. Justin Lemon pulling up the third spot. Braden Baker got Lee Dacus on the outside, coming in out of 3 and 4, ladies and gentlemen. Going into 1 and 2, side by side still. Dacus, Baker, Sean Brown coming up behind him as well, going 3 wide as they are in corner 3 and 4. Going by the flag stand. Sean Brown looking to go down low again, but Braden Baker cuts him off with air in that 71 machine. Back to the front. Jordan Mallwitter got the 24. Jeffrey West trying to make a move around the outside of that 13 machine. The 1 right behind him there. All over the backside. Justin Lemon on the backside of the 13. And we have our first caution of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Jamie McCarron going around there in that 2 car after some contact, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing the caution out. Very unfortunate there for Jamie McCarron here. As we are under caution, we are running the Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacehub.com. The 13 leading this thing. Jordan Mallwitter. The 24 or the 21, I think. No, the 25 right behind him. Jeffrey West. Justin Lemon pulling up the 3rd spot with Lee Dacus in the 4th back there in that white machine. And in the 5th is the 71 of Braden Baker rounding out the top 5 as we are going through this caution pace laps. Getting everybody relined up, ladies and gentlemen. Can-Am Sprint Car Series ready to go green. after 2 laps. These guys are ready to rip, rock, and roll here at Bristol MotorSpeedway. 5 laps down, 30 laps to go, or 25 laps to go. Jeez, where did I learn to count? Molitor looking to try to make a run away from Jeffrey West there, but he was working that outside, Mr. West. Mr. Lemon, right on the inside of Mr. West there, was also working the inside, trying to make a move to the inside of the 25 machine. So good battling up here in the front with the top 5, and I believe Mr. Sean Brown in that 8 car coming up from, it looks like, the 10th position, gaining 4 spots before the caution comes out. But the pace truck is off, ladies and gentlemen. The 13, Jason Molitor, taking the green flag here with Jeffrey West pulling up the 2nd spot, going down low to try to throw the block on the number 1 there. But the number 1 now coming up 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. Lee Dacus, Jeffrey West, Justin Lemon, all 3 wide, going 4 wide almost, ladies and gentlemen. The 71 going to go down low of the 1 car if he's able to. A little contact with the 25 and the 1 there. As we got action going on everywhere. Sean Brown now coming up into the 3rd spot as he's now currently sitting podium with the number 1, trying to poke to the inside of Justin Lemon. But Mr. Sean Brown going down to the low side, trying to gain some time on the back of the 13, seeing the 13 going down low. Sean may have gotten a little too low there, ladies and gentlemen. The 1 working the outside now in the number 8 car. 75 of Dacus up here battling for the 2nd spot, still trying to hang on to it. Lemon on the outside of Dacus, still side by side for the 2nd position. Woo! We got 360 sprint car action going on here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacing.com. The 1 now, Justin Lemon, currently your leader, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Molitor currently sitting 2nd, and he's got Brandon Finsel working up the 3rd spot there on the low or outside of Sean Brown there. Make sure I was reading that right. Sean Brown going to the inside of the 13, trying not to make any contact there. 2 wide there, right in front of him for the 2nd spot. Sean Brown currently sitting 4th. The 24 makes a little contact in the rear of the number 8 machine, but Sean able to pull out of that. Tanner Petit working his way back up as he is currently in the 6th spot, as he had a fall back in the very beginning there. Mr. Petit in that 24 machine right behind these guys, trying to work his way up on the outside now. Side by side, we got Molitor falling back a little bit. Sean Brown around the outside, all over the backside of Finsel. 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen. The 13 still on the outside. Going up to the top now, right behind the 1. Got the 8 car pulling up the 2nd spot from 10th to 8th, or the 2nd so far. 8 positions. He's come to the pack. Sean Brown on a mission. Justin Lemon currently leading this thing in that black and yellow machine. Trying to run away in that 1 car. Sean Brown going to the low side as they are side by side. Lemon still trying to hold these guys off. Brown in the 2nd spot. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are a little over halfway here at Bristol MotorSpeedway, as Sean Brown is trying to chase down Justin Lemon. Come back here with Jason Molitor, as he was currently pole sitter, is now falling back to the 4th position here. Got Brandon Finsel right in front of him, trying to go to the inside now. Finsel trying to block down low a little bit, able to hang on to it a little slippery As the yellow flag comes out, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Mr. Caleb Brockman here in that 12 machine in the green and black, coming down the back stretch, up into the wall, coming into 3 and 4. Makes a little bit of contact, bringing the caution out, ladies and gentlemen. Very unfortunate for Caleb Brockman. As we come back to the front, it looks like Sean Brown was able to stay out front here, or get out front. No, he wasn't. Looks like Justin Lemon's still out front. And Sean Brown able to still hold on to the second spot. And he's got Brandon Finsel on the third. If you're just tuning in, this is the Can-Am Sprint Car Series here, presented by iRacehub.com. Broadcasted on none other than the Dirt Dog International Racing Network. I've been your host, Jacob Keith, and I thank you for watching so far. We got more action here with the 360 Sprint Car action, as we got about 10 laps left to go, 12 laps left to go. 11 laps left to go. Currently under caution, ladies and gentlemen. As the pace truck is getting ready to get these guys all lined up. I believe they are. The lights are off. No, the lights are still blinking, ladies and gentlemen. The one, Justin Lemon, still trying to get ready patiently for the pace truck to pull off, as we are under caution. Going to reline them up, double file, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. The 8 on the outside now. Sean Brown going to look to work with the outside, while Justin Lemon looking to work with the low side. As we get ready to go green flag racing here, the pace truck is off in the yellow number 1, able to take the green flag here, as Sean Brown not far off him. Right on the backside tail, the 8 machine ripping that outside. The 25 getting a little squirrely as in. There's some contact made back there. Not sure if it's going to bring out the caution. It doesn't look like. Looks like we're going to keep it green. The number 1 trying to hold the 8 off here. Justin Lawson, Sean Brown. Brandon Finestle is your top 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. Brown going down low, the inside of Justin Lemon here. With the slide job, Lemon not trying to make any contact, goes to the low side. Brown trying to come down to throw the block, but Lemon doesn't let it happen. Lemon currently taking back the lead as the number 8 is all over the backside of the number 1, getting down low. A little greasy down there, but the number 8 able to make that work. Sean Brown trying to make the move. A little clip with the front tire there. The number 1 able to keep under control here as he's on the backside. Sean Brown currently your leader. The number 8 machine got the number 1 right behind him. Brandon Finestle got the number 24 on the outside, trying to make a move. The number 1 trying to stick the low side there. Coming up in front of the number 24, is Tanner Petit. On the backside, a little bit of contact from Petit there in the backside of Finestle. As we got some hard racing. 5 laps left to go, ladies and gentlemen. 5 laps left to go for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series. Sean Brown still currently leading this thing. Justin Lemon going to the low side, side by side, coming out of 3 and 4. 3 laps left to go, ladies and gentlemen. Can Justin Lemon try to work his way with the inside to Sean Brown to be able to get around him with these last few laps? Still working the inside. Lemon goes down low. Coming out of 3 and 4, coming by the flag stand. Brown able to still have it, but Lemon taking it, ladies and gentlemen. And the caution comes out, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like it's for Mr. Jordan Molitor. Some contact with the number 13 there, it looked like, and just one bump leads to another for sure in these 360 sprint cars. Very unfortunate for Mr. Jordan Molitor. Sean Brown looking to take the green flag on the low side, this time with Lemon on the outside. This is going to be a last couple laps shootout here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully, we will get a good run here. And these guys will be side-by-side action when the green flag is waving. Here with the Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacing.com. Petit finding some ground, ladies and gentlemen, was involved into that first little conniption right off the rip when the green flag was thrown here at the beginning of the race. But able to work his way back up. Tanner Petit in that 24 machine. Finding his legs. Moving up into the 4th spot here in the top 5. Aiden Berlin rounding out the top 5 in that number 1 machine. Sean Brown and Justin Lemon looking to take the green flag here as we are getting them lined up and in their positions. Vanessa able to stay into that 3rd spot for quite a while, ladies and gentlemen. Able to hold on to the podium. We'll see if he's going to be able to bring up the podium in this number 1 machine. It says he's in the number 8, but he's in the number 1. The Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacehub.com, ladies and gentlemen. With 360 sprint cars here, ready to go racing. We're going to start them single file, it looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Lemon on the backside of that number 8 car. Green flag is out, it looks like, as the number 1 still holding on to the 2nd spot. Got the other number 1, Vanessa, on the outside. And it looks like Tanner Petit working his way to the inside of Mr. Brandon Vanessa, Sean Brown, and Justin Lemon battling it out for the lead here, ladies and gentlemen. White flag is waving the 8 to the outside. The number 1 down low. Sean Brown, Justin Lemon, Tanner Petit pulling up the 3rd spot. Now a little bit of contact back there. White flag out and waving here as the checkered flag is now waving curly for Justin Lemon as he takes this feature here in the 360 Sprint Cars Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRacehub.com. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. What a race. Justin Lemon, Sean Brown, Brandon Vanessa. We are going to try to get these guys here in the booth, ladies and gentlemen, so bear with me as I try to get these guys up here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to pull up Mr. Brandon Finesse here. 1 second. Well, let me pull him up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have Brandon Finesse up here pulling up the third position here. Congratulations on your podium tonight. Can you run us through them last 5 laps of what was going through your head here, Mr. Brandon Finesse?
Yeah, it was just a crazy race, to be honest with you. The track was really treacherous, and I felt like you can make good speed pretty much anywhere on the racetrack, and I felt like the set was pretty dialed in to where I was able to go anywhere and had good speed. So Sean and Justin ran a great race up front, and there was a handful of us that there for a while, middle of the race, top 5 on our blanket. So. But them last 5 laps, that last restart was just kind of a hang on type of deal, and just try and keep on going for third. So luckily we were able to hang on to it. It was a close race there at the end, but glad to be able to pull out a third place run here in our first time here.
Yeah, congratulations on the third place there. Tanner Petit pulling up the 4th spot there, giving you a awesome run towards the end of that race, man. Is there anybody out there you want to thank for putting that thing on the podium here tonight?
Yes, sir. Got to thank everyone at Bristol MotorSports. Cardio's okay. Slammer Sports Bar, NGK Spark Plugs, Hagen's Landscaping and Lawn Care, Salon KSA. I know I'm going to forget people, but yeah, it's a team effort, and can't thank everyone a part of it for all their hard work in this.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Finesse, congratulations on getting your podium here tonight.
Thank you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to try to pull up next Mr. Justin Lemon, I believe. No, Mr. Sean Brown, excuse me, Sean Brown, as he pulled up the 2nd spot here. Justin Lemon able to pull that slide jobber. So 1 second as we try to get Mr. Sean Brown up in here. Mr. Sean Brown up in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy.
All right, man. You had an awesome battle there with Mr. Justin Lemon. He pulls the slide job within the last few laps, or with the last lap, I believe, and got you. What was running through your head there within the last couple laps of battling with Mr. Justin Lemon?
Yeah, no, he had a beauty there. I pulled a rookie move. I should have protected the bottom on the last corner there. I had him, but I tried to rip the top. I thought I had enough room, and sometimes you win them and sometimes you lose them, and I lost it tonight.
Well, great racing nonetheless. Coming back from 10th all the way up to the 2nd place position there, Mr. Sean Brown. Is there anybody you want to thank for putting that thing in the 2nd spot here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Firm Motorsports and ABR Setup Shop.
All right, man. Congratulations on your 2nd place here tonight here at Bristol MotorSpeedway. And we look forward to seeing you again in the booth sometime.
Vic, thanks a lot, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to try to get Mr. Justin Lemon up here now, as he was able to pull out our first spot here for the Can-Am Sprint Car Series. All right, Mr. Justin Lemon, do you have a copy up here in the booth?
Oh, I got you, man.
Oh, man, you had a heck of a run here tonight. You were trying to hold off Mr. Sean Brown for quite a few laps, and he was able to get you on the outside, and then he pulled to the bottom, and you pulled to the bottom. It was just awesome action going on everywhere, man. Explain what was going through your mind within the last few laps.
Me and my teammate Tanner Pettit planned out the entire race, but we were always have these thoughts saying we're not the best at Bristol. But in Sean's race, you can never be bad or good. It just depends. But I ended up making some adjustments to my set because I'm good at running the bottom there. I figured it'd drop down, and once we were able to drop down, I started being able to hook it better than anybody else and snuck under Sean.
Well, it was great action nonetheless, man. Is there anybody out there you want to thank for putting that thing in victory lane here tonight at Bristol MotorSpeedway?
First of all, I'd like to thank ABR Sep Shops for making one of the best Seps out there in iRacing. You can put that Sep anywhere you want to, and it'll stick whenever you want to. But thank you to Tanner Pettit, Evan Broller for being my teammates and helping me out and practicing and all that. And thanks for Sean for hosting the league and you for streaming. I had an absolute blast today.
Yeah, we appreciate all the love here that we get for doing the broadcast, and we love doing it for y'all, man. Congratulations tonight, Mr. Justin Lemon, and we hope and look forward to seeing you again in the booth someday, man.
Sounds good. I'm happy to get the first win, so.
Congratulations, man. You've well deserved, right?
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Justin Lemon, and this was the Can-Am Sprint Car Series presented by iRaceHub.com, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank you all out there from the bottom of my heart here at the Third Dog International, and just follow us and like our stuff here on Facebook, and we'll bring you more racing action in the new future, all right? Peace.